All right, this is take 2 of me trying to do these testimonies. Something happened with my laptop halfway through and it froze and I have to start over. And I'm like, I don't have the time. Okay, so I might end up doing part of it now. So I can get this to sit better. And then part of it later. And so, man, thank you so much for those who have submitted testimonies. There's so many amazing changes. I have had so far over 100 clients. I don't even keep track anymore, but I know it's over 100. And so there might be about 8 here that I'm sharing of different people that submitted. I think I'm missing a few. So I'll go through and anybody that submitted, I'm going to put you in the raffle, like I said. And yeah, I'm looking forward to just... I have not actually, I've read now a few of them because I read them my first try, but I've not read all these. So it's going to be so awesome to share. And I brought myself a box of Kleenex so that, anyway, okay. So I don't ruin my makeup. Okay, so first is Rachel from Tennessee. Man, she's got an amazing story. I'm going to let her tell it. But I might add a few things because I have read hers, and I'm like, she does not, because I know she's in the middle of brain retraining, so you don't want to magnify the problems, but she has been severely ill for a long time. Okay, so she's a mom of 3. We're the same age. Yeah, okay. I've been working with Bria since September because I had tried brain retraining before and was subscribed to the DNRS YouTube channel. Her testimony popped up late one night and I decided to watch. At that point, I had been sick with severe ME for over 8 years and still declining. Now, I know she told me that when she had tried, she's going to talk about this, but she had tried doing DNRS. Oh, she just said that, sorry. She had tried doing DNRS before, and actually she had gotten worse after that, so that she was still declining. And to the point where she's going to talk about it, but very severely ill. Not just I'm weak and I can't get out of bed like some people seem to think when someone's just like has ME. Like anyone that has had ME knows the severity of the fire in the body. And yes, not being able to get out of bed is one thing, but there's a lot going on. So she's had everything. It was as if her faith leapt out of my phone and into my heart and sparked hope for the first time in a very long time. Longer story short, I decided to take a leap of faith and give this brain retraining thing another try. That was after we talked a little bit because I really wanted to encourage her, and I felt this unction in my spirit to walk alongside her. But this time with Bria on my side. She knew how to mesh my faith with the tools of self-directed neuroplasticity in a way that I could not do when I had tried it before. This has made a profound difference in my success and my perseverance to keep going. To give a very broad overview of some of the changes, she was completely bedbound other than going to the bathroom, at which I needed assistance with 20% of the time. I am now this was a few weeks ago, so she's actually had a huge breakthrough since this. I am now doing most of my self-care by myself, getting out of bed to be with my family up to 4 times a day. She spends about 4 hours, 3, I think, to 4 hours out of bed now, a day, every day. And she's eating dinner with them every night at the table. American Thanksgiving, was the first time that she had dinner at the table. And she sent me a photo, and apparently, hopefully I can share this, that her husband started crying. Something we had not done in years. Almost every single symptom and problem has been impacted for the better in some way, and I only expect things to keep getting better. I have so much hope. My relationship with the Lord continues to deepen in ways I could not have imagined. He truly is my healer. And she's gone to Bible college. She's been really, walking her best in faith. But this program with self-directed neuroplasticity just takes everything in, it just magnifies it. Bria's knowledge, experience, her unyielding, bold, and courageous trust in God, and her continual encouragement has truly kept me going. And I'm pretty confident I would have given up without it. None of us were meant to heal alone. Praise God, she has a beautiful testimony on the other side of this. So thank you, Rachel. Karen from North Carolina, she's awesome. I developed a sensitivity a few years ago. Unfortunately, it grew worse and worse as time went by. It was so frightening, and most people, including my numerous doctors, didn't believe what I was telling them. My family didn't understand it either. I felt totally isolated and misunderstood. Unrelatable. She didn't write that, I'm saying that. I wasn't able to work for 2 years. I really believed that it would take my life and wished it would because the pain was unbearable. I was not able to go into stores or other people's homes. Finally, a doctor told me about self-directed neuroplasticity, brain retraining. I told her about the DNRS program, and I was so hopeful that I found a program that would help. It was wonderful to hear so many testimonies, although it was very frustrating to hear the success stories while I still suffered doing the program. I was financially strapped without a job, but finally I was able to get a coaching session with Bria. Just want to add in, I am not a DNRS coach. As people certified coach. Only someone that works for DNRS is sanctioned as a DNRS coach. I just want to say that I am a health and wellness, self-directed neuroplasticity, outside coach, whatever you want to call me. And I work with people of all faiths, but most people that work with me tend to want to find strength in God to get through realizing I can't do this on my own. I am too weak. Okay, so where were we? For me, it was a breakthrough meeting someone personally that had been where I was, and she convinced me that I could also overcome the sensitivities. Up until that point, I didn't know I would be able to have Wi-Fi back in my home. And now I have it and can go into stores. She was so excited, by the way, to share that. Bria also helped direct me spiritually, even though I am a strong believer in God and spend much time listening to preachers and Bible teachers and reading the Bible and other books for spiritual help. Praise God. Bria helped me to realize that it is my brain doing this to me and not the actual things that my brain was reacting to. Well, in some cases it is. Anyway, I'll let her share her story. The healing does take time and so much patience. Yes. Through faith and patience, we inherit the promises. Hebrews 6:11. I have been, is that 6:11? 12, maybe. I have been back to work as a dental hygienist for the past 5 months. My job is my life. 5 months ago, she started working, and I felt like a bird with clipped wings, but now I am so thankful to God that I am back to my work. Yeah. Bria is a great speaker and can pack so much information into a short time. Yes, sometimes to my detriment. That's why a lot of my clients tend to record our sessions so they can listen to them over again. Her faith is great to see and is so contagious. I can't tell you how much her faith helped to boost my faith. I'm still healing and I believe I can be totally well, but I understand time is necessary. There's so much involved in healing. It's essential to have a coach to help, especially with the direction of your thoughts. How we think is everything. I hope someone will be encouraged by my experience and remember to always keep your vision on a hopeful and healthier future. That's awesome. That's awesome, Karen. Thank you. Next is Julie I have two Julies here. This is Julie from Idaho. We've been working very closely together, Julie and I, the last, I don't know how many months it's been now, sometimes 3 times a week. Man, okay. I'm probably going to share this one, and then I'm going to have to do another video with the rest of them, because I've got pages here, and it's not even that many people. It's just their awesome testimonies. Okay, so Julie, about 4 years ago, my world began spiraling out of control. Julie, like I said, western, I think, Idaho, because they're close to Washington. She's got 6 kids, husband and 6 kids. Okay, after a cosmetic surgery, random symptoms began to emerge. The random symptoms included acne, bladder pain, feeling of a bladder infection, vision loss, digestive problems, extreme fatigue, and sudden sensitivities to foods, medications, lights, sounds, chemicals, smells, and electronics. My lab showed that I was in perfect health, yet I was feeling as if I was dying, literally. I chased numerous diagnoses, including interstitial cystitis, breast implant illness, Lyme disease and its many co-infections. That was one we had to really work on with her for a while, and she knows that. And she's so thankful that she's out of that trap. General toxicity, mold illness, and mast cell activation syndrome. My life consisted of lying in bed all day, showering. My life consisted of lying in bed all day. Showering was even a chore, and I typically had my daughter stand outside the shower for safety. All my food was made by my husband or daughter. I wore pajamas almost all the time. I love this because one of her wins now is like she cares about how she looks and she puts makeup on, and it's so true. When you start to get healthy, you start to actually want to look good, or look your best. I cried almost daily and had severe bouts of rage. Yes. I could barely walk to our mailbox and never allowed anyone in our home without decontamination due to severe reactions. We lived with the TV unplugged and many circuit breakers off. Her biggest thing actually has been the EMFs. Most lights were kept off and avoided use of cell phone as much as possible. I never went anywhere. At the height of the illness, I began seizing on a somewhat regular basis and was told by ER doctors that they were not real seizures but pseudo-seizures, which basically meant they were in my head. Little did I know they were, she says, which, yes, not fake, but in the brain. Fortunately, I found my way out of state to a mold doctor who introduced me to brain retraining, specifically the DNRS program. Unfortunately, however, I did not start the program until after we had sold virtually everything and set out to find a healthy home in the desert or some other mold-free location. During that process, my family was living in hotels while I was living out of the car due to my numerous sensitivities. My life had literally turned into constant avoidance of fragrances, mold, chemicals, foods, etc. I was down to 90 pounds, eating about 5 foods, and would drink nothing but Evian water. We purged the family of all smells and contaminants. Once we did land in a home back in moldy North Idaho, no one entered without full decontamination, including shower and change of clothes. My mind and body were in a constant state of fight or flight, and everything was seen through a heightened threat perception. It was a living nightmare. Yeah. Thankfully, a little over a year ago, I started retraining my brain. It has definitely not been smooth sailing, to say the least, yeah. Brain retraining is extremely difficult. It did not help that I had a difficult time letting go of fear. It wasn't until I started coaching with Bria that I finally began to let go and let God. I went through a lot of coaching prior to Bria and in fact became almost more fearful with past coaching. She does right here, no fault of the coach. Bria has an awesome way of sharing her faith in God that has allowed me to step out in faith and walk out my healing. Since starting brain retraining, these are a few of the things I have done. She's gone from 90 to 125 pounds. Did you hear what she eats now? I'm just like, you're awesome. She's like, oh, I went for ice cream again. Another hamburger. Oh, it's so good. Going out for meals all the time with her family now. It's so awesome. She hikes a mile every day and have hiked as far as 6 miles in mountainous terrain. She cooks almost daily. She cares about what she's wearing. She goes grocery shopping with her husband weekly. She goes to restaurants and orders foods that she actually wants. She uses her cell phone daily. And when we first started working together, she was concerned that she would not be able to be on the phone for even 30 minutes. And her husband was there, and now she's on her phone, and she shops, and man, she's amazing transformation since we started working. I don't remember when we started, Julie. That was September or October or something. But yeah, she's seeing huge changes. I'm going, because I have to get to some clients, I'm going to have to come back and do more of these because I have so many more I want to share. So yeah, that's part 1, I guess, of some of the testimonies that are coming in that I just pray inspire anybody who's lacking hope, who's feeling like they're different, this isn't going to work for them. My goal is to glorify God and to just share people's experiences with this and their healing, and to know that even if you've tried brain retraining before and it hasn't worked for you, like some of these people who have not seen it work on their own or have tried with another coach and it's not worked, to know that there's always a way. God always has a way. He already has thought of the supply for your every need. So I'm not saying it's me. I just want to encourage you guys and to keep going and knowing that yes, through faith and patience, we inherit the promises. and not to put not to watch the clock. Don't put a time limit on it, because as soon as you do, that's when it's hard to stay in faith and patience, because you're expecting a change, and you're looking to that, and you're leaving your peace of where you're at in the place that you're in, and not focusing on the things that have already changed, and you're focusing on the things that still need to happen, and when you're going to really get your life back. And you can start having your life back in many ways, in quality, immediately. So anyway, I pray this blesses someone, and I'll be back with some more testimonies when I get a chance to make a video. Thanks for watching.